This is the 25th anniversary season of the Dean Trailways 5th quarter.
Much better. Too many penalties, okay? Too many penalties. Those are mistakes that against a good football team that's going to come back and haunt you. But we overcame a lot of it.
Stay hungry, stay humble. I'll see you there,
Lumen Christi Titans from tonight. We'll get to that in a moment. Good evening, everyone. Happy Friday, TGIF, and welcome to the 5th quarter, brought to you by Dean Trailways. Welcome to our show. I'm Fred Heumann, always have been. I'm flying solo tonight, sort of, because my staff is out on assignment. Jay Sarkar covering high school football. In fact, he went to that Lumen game. Alex Sims at Spartan Stadium. We do have high school football highlights for you in this show. 2 of our local teams in action tonight. We'll get to that later on. But we start, of course, with Michigan State's football team in the season opener against Furman. Last time the Spartans will be able to play an NCAA FCS subdivision team. Thankfully, in my mind, the Big Ten has outlawed these kind of matchups after this year. But it is what it is for this year. Spartan Nation could care less who their boys in green and white were playing. They were just happy the football season was back. A sea of green and white in the stands this evening. Didn't take the Spartans long to cash in after they took the field. First drive of the season, just 3 minutes, 41 seconds into the game. L.J. Scott pranced into the end zone untouched from a yard out. The extra point put MSU on top 7-0. Scott picking up where he left off last year. Didn't come that easily the rest of the night, but in the second quarter, the new number 1 quarterback Tyler O'Connor threw his first touchdown pass of the year, fighting sophomore Felton Davis in the end zone, 13 yards for the touchdown, 14-0. The Spartans stuttered on offense, and penalty just killed them. Late second quarter, Furman with a great chance to get back in it. Darian Hicks with the third down pass breakup in the end zone. The Paladins had to settle for a chip shot field goal, so MSU went into the locker room at the half with a safe but uncomfortable lead of only 14-3. To the second half, and it started looking dicey. An array of penalties against Michigan State. I forgot to check. I believe they reached double digits in penalties. Mark D'Antonio concerned, and why not? The Spartans did get it together on this drive. Tyler O'Connor finding tight end Josiah Price 21 yards, and it's a 21-6 lead. To the fourth quarter, the Paladins driving. The pitch coming up. Well, I know it's going to come there. To Antonio Wilcox. Watch this. On first and goal at Wilcox. Nice cutback into the end zone. Uh-oh. This puppy is close. 21-13 to the fourth quarter. Then O'Connor threw an interception. Paladins got the ball back, but on the first play after the pick, Andre Dowell, the great one-hand pick, Andrew Dowell, big play of the night. Watch it again. Andrew Dowell reaching out with one hand. How big was that play? It set up the next score. 5 minutes to play. O'Connor over the middle. Jamal Lyles on the catch. Third touchdown pass of the night for O'Connor. The Spartans sealed the deal. Far from the thing of beauty, but they only count the W's, as Mark D'Antonio told the Big Ten Network following the game.
They all count one. Yeah. I thought, 3 touchdown passes by O'Connor. I thought L.J. Scott played very well. But they hurt us with, penalties killed us. So we got to clean up penalties. And, obviously we had some other problems, but we got to clean them up. So it's good we got a week off to look at it, but we got to be a much better football team.
Now, earlier in the week, during our opportunities to interview the players for this game, I did detect that quarterback Tyler O'Connor was looking a bit scruffy. So, with nothing better to ask, I figured inquiring minds needed to know. I don't want to get personal, but you're going to shave for the game?
Most definitely.
Oh, yeah?
I'll get a haircut and everything. I'll be looking good.
Well, true to his word, Tyler O'Connor went and got a shave and a haircut, looking pretty clean on the sidelines with his helmet off for his first start as the number 1 quarterback. He did start against Ohio State last year. Looking good, Tyler. All right, Michigan opens the season tomorrow afternoon, 12 noon at the Big House, with Hawaii coming in to start the season number 2 of the Jim Harbaugh coaching era. Wolverines like a 40-point favorite. Time now for some high school football. Most of our area teams played last night, but 2 of them played tonight, both from Jackson. We start with Jackson Lumen Christi, a loser in the season opener to the defending champion last week, trying to rebound tonight. Titans looking for their first home win of the year under the lights. They just put the lights in for last week. They fell to Grand Rapids West Catholic, up 21-0 in the third against Hastings. Knocking at the door again, Trevor Kucha drops back, hits Jacob Lathers, and the Breadbasket for 6. Titans extend the lead. Later on, Hastings tries to fake, which faked out our camera, but on the play action, Dayton Keller isn't fooled, intercepts, and Titans get the ball back. Sets up Kucha and the Titan offense for some smash mouth football. Kyle Minder up the gut. 42 yards for a touchdown, 34-0. Lumen, early fourth. Kucha gets the snap, finds one of tonight's top playmakers, Dayton Keller, in the end zone. Lumen Christie up 41-8, goes on to win 41-14. First ever home win under the lights. Herb Brogan after the game.
First win under the lights here, your renovated home field. What's it mean to get a win like this?
Well, it just means, I don't care if it's in a cow pasture, it's great to get a win. You know, we played a great team last week and didn't play very well, and we challenged the kids, and I thought they'd come out and play a lot harder, and we executed a lot better tonight.
I mean, it's fun to see it finally pay off. I mean, we all know each other. Even in that first game, we all know each other, how much we put into that. And in this last week of practice, you could just tell it was like we were finally clicking.
All right, when we come back, one more high school game to show you, and we went a long ways for this one. The Jackson Vikings on the road, and I'll have a very special guest visitor in to help me with those highlights. I mean, I'm alone tonight. You got to stick around to see this. And later in the show, we will continue our 25-year celebration of this show. The fifth quarter didn't start with me, folks. I just carried the torch, and those who passed it are helping us celebrate this momentous occasion all season long. And we're going to have an extended version of some of their memories on the fifth quarter. Stay with us for that. We're back in a moment on the fifth quarter.
Hello, everybody. Besides Freddie Human's fifth quarter, now it's Cooper Kenishnik's sixth quarter. It's new, 2016. Your host, Cooper Kenishnik, and I'm here to talk to you about Thursday games and Friday games. So we'll start off at Charlotte and Ionia. In the first quarter, Justin Anderson with a 33-yard run score. 2-point conversion was good.
That's Cooper Kenishnik, who kind of did that at home. He's a fifth quarter fan, and he joins me on set. Now, nice going, Coop.
Thank you.
What made you think of doing that?
I just thunk about it because I was really smart at football because I'm the manager of the football team. I've been doing it
for Fowler, right?
Yeah, for Fowler. Yep.
Got a lot of energy. I like that. Now, you got to smile. Okay, you can look at me. You can listen. Take a deep breath. Okay, I was a young one first, had never been on television. I'm proud of you. So you were a fifth quarter fan all your life?
Always.
Yeah? Will you help me with these next highlights?
Yes.
Because we got a local team playing Jackson. Let's do it, okay, Cooper?
Yep.
We head south with the Jackson Vikings who are on the road looking for their first win of the season against Ypsilanti Lincoln. The Rail Splitters would strike first. Quarterback Cameron Thompson of Ypsi will take it in by himself, rounds the corner into the end zone. Cooper, will you help me out in the next highlight, buddy?
Second quarter. Jackson trailing by 14 when quarterback Lance Taylor fakes the handoff.
Wait for the video, Cooper. You're doing good.
Takes it up the gut.
Good.
And dives into the end zone for a touchdown. Jackson is on the board and only down by 8 after mission to extra point.
I'll probably never get to do this again. All right, that would spark the comeback for Jackson. Vikings would ride the feet of Shante Sutter. What a player he is. He had a huge game. Here are a couple of his better runs.
He finished with 247 yards, rushing, and scored 2 second-half touchdowns. What a night for Shante.
Yeah, Shante Sutter, good player. Big win for Jackson. 20 unanswered points and winning on the road. 20-14 now, 1-1 on the season. You did well.
Yep.
Was that fun?
Yeah, it was fun.
So do you want to be a sportscaster when you grow up?
Yes.
You want to work on the fifth quarter?
Yes.
Job's not open.
Dang it.
You can look at me now, okay?
Okay.
I hear you're a big nut and a big trivia expert on the high school nicknames, right?
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of them around the state, or just in this area?
Just in Michigan.
Who are the
area.
Stockbridge? What's their nickname?
They're the Panthers.
The Panthers. How about who else do we have? How about Lansing Everett?
They're the Vikings.
They're very good. DeWitt.
Panthers.
Wow. Grand Ledge.
Comets.
Can I stump this kid? His whole family's here. I can't stump him. How about Lansing Eastern? I got you.
Quakers.
You're making me sick. East Lansing.
The Trojans.
I'll never see this said again. Cooper, thanks so much.
You're welcome, sir.
Maybe later in the year?
Yep.
Perfect to celebrate our 25th anniversary.
Yeah, it is.
The sixth quarter. How'd you think of that?
Great.
Yeah? Why'd you think of that?
I just thunk about that because it's been here since like 1991 or 1990. it's just an incredible experience for me, for my career, and
all right.
Yeah.
Well, you're too good. You're making me mad. Get out of here.
Okay.
All right? When we come back, now that we've looked at the fifth quarters of the future, time to look back at fifth quarters past. Some memories from the alumni gang and a Tiger update up next on the fifth quarter.
The fifth quarter, everybody knows about the fifth quarter. If you're in any of this Lansing surrounding schools, the fifth quarter, to get on the fifth quarter to see your team on there is really, really exciting. The kids absolutely love it. So, yeah, it's a legend.
Baseball, basketball, football, and more. The best sports coverage for the past 25 years. Congratulations to the fifth quarter. High school, college, amateur, and pro. Nobody covers sports better than the fifth quarter. Congrats on 25 great years.
The #1 sports coverage show in mid-Michigan. Congrats to the fifth quarter. 25 years of home runs. You knew you put a baseball reference in here. Holy cow.
Dave Ackley blamed me for that one. I didn't write the stuff. Thank you, members of the alumni, for your kind words and efforts in getting this show off the ground 25 years ago, long before I was here. We are doing a season-long celebration of the 25 years of this show. Many of the past contributors of this show will chime in during the course of this season. It was really fun a couple of weeks ago when some of the pioneers and alumni of this show got together. We just had a fun time, and our Alex Sims and Jay Sarkar joined me, and they brought their fifth quarter jackets, even donated one of them to the set, which I forgot to bring in tonight. We'll get it back next week. Even played a little catch in the studio, right here in the studio where they all used to work. There's my man Al Martin. And with only a couple of high school games to show you tonight, I thought this would be a great opportunity. Hi, Pat Deedy, to share some of their memories. Hi, Jeremy Sampson, from their long time on running in this local institution, guys.
When I think of the people I worked with on the show, I mean, it really was, from day one, it was a labor of love. It was a lot of hard work, too. I mean, people would say, oh, you know, you go out, go to games. It's hard logistically. We had so many Friday nights where things went kaboom.
And in 2002, we operated on Nextel two-way radios. So Dave Ackerley was the sports director at the time. I had to radio back, and you always got the dee-dee when you're waiting for a response. So I said, Ack, which is what I called him. Dee-dee? Yes, Lisa. I only got to one game. Dee-dee? Repeat that? One game. I got to one game. Dee-dee. And the pause lasted forever. I knew that in that silence, there wasn't silence on his end.
I was always told when I first went out to look for the lights. That was the easiest way. Before GPS, before all those things, you had your directions either written out or printed out. Sometimes it was difficult to find the smaller schools, but if you look for the lights, you were sure to find the football field in the small communities.
I remember my fingertips freezing from holding the camera up, and they were big, heavy cameras back then. I remember my toes freezing because it was cold and wet and snowy sometimes. One of my first paychecks, I went and bought a good pair of boots to go shoot specifically for the fifth quarter.
You were so keyed up by the time this show was over with, but boy, it couldn't have been any more fun. And everybody, when those shows were over, knew we had put together a show that people were at home watching and just waiting to find out what happened over in PW tonight. What happened in Bath tonight? We got to know what happened because there was no internet. You couldn't find other scores. This was the way that you found out what was going on in high school football in mid-Michigan.
We were so lucky. I've always told people in mid-Michigan we've had such great coaches. We'd always get a team into the state championship game. We'd go on a long run. To follow that journey was incredible. You know, from what Ack had started, and when Fred came in, he did the big game. We were live for the big game. I was out in Pewamo, Westphalia, and the stadium had cleared out by 10 o'clock. We had done our piece, and I told the students, come back, we'll be live at 11. It's dark in Pewamo, Westphalia when they turn the lights off, and I thought, we're going to be out here alone in the middle of this field all by ourselves.
I guess one thing that's special to me is growing up watching the fifth quarter, getting to be a part of it as an intern, getting to report and shoot and cover all the games, and then even getting to host it by myself. The fifth quarter has always been special to me and something that I've enjoyed and is a staple in this community and something that everyone loves, and nobody's loved it more than me.
It's such a thrill, though, being in the community, and this show has become such a staple over the past 25 years that really many people can't live without. I mean, people love tuning in to see.
Al Martin. Cooper Koenigsegg, thanks for your help. He's got his whole family here. Here's your fifth quarter future now that we've celebrated the past. Good night, everybody.